Hello, good evening. May I invite everyone to please turn on your video so that we will know that you are here. And all right, I guess everybody is ready. So without further ado, may we call on Miss Cherry Balboa for the opening prayer.
Thank you, Miss Margaret. Let's bow our head and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Lord, we stand before you in humble prayer before we start this lecture with Miss Bianca. We realize that without your blessings, we would not be able to succeed with the plans we have for this evening. Bestow your grace and divine wisdom to all of us present here, so we could cooperate and enjoy camaraderie and love for the greater glory of your name. We ask all this through the mighty name, through your mighty name. Amen.
Amen. And now for our welcome remarks, may we call on our very own Cantus Music Director, Sir AJ Consolacion.
Hello, good evening everybody. Maligayang araw sa inyo lahat. So, let me welcome you to our lecture series. And we are privileged tonight to have one of a special soprano in the country, and then also one of the members of the beloved choirs here in the Philippines, which is the Philippine Madrigal Singers. So, let me read her right up. Bianca Lopez-Aguila was a member of the Philippine Madrigal Singers for 9 years, having won the European Grand Prix in Arrezzo, Italy in 2007, and the UNESCO Artist for Peace in Paris, France in 2009. After leaving the Madz, she has done numerous operas here in the Cultural Center of the Philippines and in Manhattan, New York. One of them was the recently concluded Noli Tangere, the opera where she played Maria Clara for 3 seasons. Now, she is currently singing with the Nightingales, a classical pop crossover duo who have done concerts in Europe, the United States, Ethiopia, Taiwan, and here in the Philippines. She just performed with the Nightingales in Carnegie Hall in New York, San Francisco, and Mexico last June 2019, and have done numerous concerts with the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra around the Philippines last September. She performed as Jenny in Stephen Sondheim's musical entitled Company at the Maybank Performing Arts Center. This year, she established the Bianca Lopez Vocal Coaching Online, where she shares her knowledge singers all over the world, ages from 5 and above. So friends, we are fortunate to welcome Miss Bianca Lopez. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Good evening, everybody! Hello! Oh my gosh! Thank you, AJ. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, JP. Thank you sa lahat ng bumubuo, everybody that is involved in Cantus for this very, very holistic approach to learning music. I am imagining everybody. You're so excited. You're so lucky. You get to have this kinds of lectures which we don't have on a regular basis. Right now, we can have it online, and it's so. I'm so honored excited to be part of this. So, and I'm so excited to see all of you. I saw 80 participants. Nakakaloka. Kaya pa ba, internet? Kaya pa ba ng internet natin, guys? 80, ang dami! Okay, sige, let's do this. And also, we have a friend, I think, from Indonesia. So, I'll be translating some words. So, pardon me if I can't. There are words in Filipino that can't be translated into English. So, but anyway, but I will try my best to translate everything in Indonesian. Joke lang. I can't speak Bahasa. Pero I'll translate everything in English, and I try to address all of the things that I'm gonna talk to you about in English. So let's start. Sige, this is called Performance Success. Welcome to this short lecture, but I hope it can help you in your performance, in your practices, and every time you sing. And and try to really make it a part of your life. Yan. So sana makabahagi ako ng kahit paano my knowledge in what I have experienced in the Madrigal Singers and also in all of my singing endeavors. So, okay, let's start now. Sige, instead of raising your hand, just raise your hand na lang like this. I'll just call out a few, siguro 3 people. Sige, let's define success. What do you think performance success is? So anybody, no right or wrong answers. No right or wrong answers. Just sige. Yes, Mark. Mark, unmute yourself. Yes, sige.
Well, for me, Miss Bianca, when we say performance success, it is not just only by what do you call this? By see to it that you're going to make it perfect, but rather you're going to think everything. You're going to what do you call this? Consider a lot of factors for you to become successful. Not just only technical, but rather as well thinking it in your own creative way.
Nice. Yes, very good. Very good, Mark. Thank you. Who else? Joven. Yes, Joven. Go ahead.
Hi, Miss Bianca. Good evening.
Yes. Hi.
For me, success is when you receive appreciation from your audience, because you cannot say that you attain success in your performance when your audience is kind of not fully satisfied with what you perform. So for me, success constitutes to appreciation of the audience.
Nice. Very good. Yes, very nice input there, Joven. Thank you so much for that. Sige, who else? One last. Vel. Yes, Vel. Vel Barria. With the ducky. With your rubber ducky. Sige, go, Vel.
Good evening also, Ate Bianca, and good morning, America. The Philippines, first and foremost. So speaking of missing America, success is going into the unknown, like in Frozen song.
Into the unknown. Yeah, into the unknown. Gusto ko yan. Tawa. Yes. That's all? That's all
Yes,
for you? All right. Thank you, Belle. Yes. All right. So iba-iba tayo. From what we've heard from each other, we have different definitions of performance success, and to each his own, no? To each his own. The definitions, you keep it, yeah, and there's more. I'll add more to the definition na as we go along this lecture. So let's start with preparation. I think to be able to have a successful performance, to be able to give a successful performance, it's not, hindi siya agad-agad. Hindi suddenly, andyan na, success na agad. No, it constitutes a lot of what happens before the performance, no? Kasi it will all build up to a performance. What is more important is what happens before it, no? And kasama tong talk na to, no? All of you wants to have that, the good, the very excellent performance in every concert, in every recording, right? All of you in your choirs, yes? And kasama yung talk na to, you going in here and really trying to try to learn more and have more knowledge in singing, that's part of preparation already. So you're already preparing for a more improved performance kahit pandemic. No, it doesn't matter. You're still here and you're still trying to improve on whatever it is that you can improve, right? So very good job on that already. So in preparation, number one, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng successful concert as a choir if we don't focus on the individual voice first, no? Because honing your individual voice, it leads to more confidence in singing. Na? If you have already now, this is the pandemic, no? There's a lot of voice lessons there's a lot of choral workshops there's a lot, and you can join these workshops, no, honing on your individual voice. After this Cantus, there's a recording, right? There's a virtual choir that you'll be all doing. Yeah, that is a good practice of honing your individual voice, kasi mag-isa ka na lang. No, you're not actually listening to other people anymore. You're more focused on yourself. So now is the time to focus on yourself and really try to hone your individual voices. Yeah. So number one, yan, no, in preparation. I learned, inisip ko to be able to parang present you with the different aspects of success, performing success. I want to share with you my background in singing, and from there, yeah, we'll get bits and pieces. So I studied in the Philippine High School for the Arts. It's in the mountain. Taga-bundok ako. The school is in the mountain, and it's a scholarship program, and it's all about classical music from then on. I started, before high school, I started singing pop songs. Diba? Lahat naman tayo, pop karaoke singers, pop songs, musical theater, yan ang mga love natin, diba? Kahit ako, I'm so into musical theater. I did Repertory Philippines when I was in elementary. And then all of a sudden, Philippine High School for the Arts opened the door for me. So it's an opportunity. Kaso, it's classical music. For me, parang, parang may hindi ako masyadong ma-classical music. Pero, tinanggap nila ako kasi parang, I tried to have that kundiman, yung mga kundiman na yan. I tried. And then, they saw potential. And then, okay, sige, let's go. Pero, I think my motivation for being in the high school for the arts is actually kind of, hindi naman wrong, pero different. It's a different motivation because my motivation was, I was trying to help my family because it was a scholarship program. Not really for the love of classical music. Whatever I was doing there, I was doing just because, oh no, it's a scholarship program and not a lot of people have the chance to do this. So, sige, gawin ko na lang. Parang gana, I'm just gonna do it. Sige, for my family and kasi free, diba? Why not? 4 years of free education? Why not, diba? So sige, go for it. Sige, nag-recital ako. That was not actually my first love of classical music. Hindi doon nabuo yung classical music. My first love is when I joined the Madz. So I think also in preparation for you to be able to prepare well, because we are in the world of choral music, the love for classical music doesn't go hindi siya magkaiba. No? It really has to come hand in hand with your choral music singing. No? It's so hard to appreciate choral music when you're not in that mood of appreciating classical music. Yun. I think hindi siya talaga dapat nagkakaiba. Ayun. So, your love for classical music, hold on to that. If there is none, try, I know it's an acquired taste, diba? Classical music is an acquired taste, but try to listen and try to pick on the ones that okay yun ah. I love that part. I like this composer. Oh, I like that composer. Yeah. So, pick the ones that you love because it will come hand in hand with your singing of yung appreciation ba of classical music. It comes hand in hand with that. Next, sight reading is very necessary. Do you know what sight reading is? Sight reading is to be able to read the notes on a musical musical sheet. No? So that is another language. Sight reading is another language. And it's a skill that will come handy in the future. I am telling you, it is so important. Why is it important? Sight reading. Because it makes everything easy. Really, you will not spend so much time on really playing each and every note. Yeah, it takes so much time kapag each and every note yan, tutugtugin natin. But if you can sight read, give me a pitch, I can sight read this, and then I can perform this the next day. Parang ganun yung goal, parang ganun yung nagiging goal. Kasi the faster you can, the lesser time that you'll spend on a piece. Diba? So sight reading, very important. If you know any sight reading workshops out there, I think the Philippine Madrigal Singers Studio has. So look for those and it will come handy. I promise. I'm telling you. Practice on your weaknesses. Ayan. So to be able to have a successful performance, kailangan i-hone nga natin yung individual voices. And kailangan din, we know what our weaknesses are. So, what are these? Is my weakness hindi masyadong projected voice, kaya kinakabahan ako kapag magpa-perform na? No? Hindi masyadong tumatapon. It's not projecting well. That's why I get nervous. Or is it, I can't reach that note too well. Yeah? Kakabahan ako whenever that note comes along. Oh no, kakabahan ako. So that's when nervousness comes in because you're not prepared. You have not prepared for that before the performance. Diba? So look for your weaknesses. So ano yung weakness ko? Is it my intonation? How I perceive notes? Is it my pianissimos on top? The soft notes? No? Is my weakness breath? Yun. Is it that? No? So these weaknesses, you try to improve on them, no? My weakness when I was in college na, pero my weakness was to be able to make my middle range, no? Middle range for a soprano is kind of hard. The middle range being fa to T. Yan, yung mga notes na yan, fa to T. Oh, pag soprano ka, mahirap siyang i-project because you don't know whether if you're gonna use the chest voice or the head voice. Fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yan, yung mga notes na yan, napakahirap for me, for a soprano. What I did, I really sat down on the piano and then really, fa, ma, pinoproject ko siya ng pinoproject on my head voice. Ma, noon hindi siya ganyan kalakas, as in sobrang ipis. It sounded like a cockroach lang. Ma, ganyan lang siya kasi head voice sobrang soft, di ba? Pero ngayon, I really sat on it and really, ma, hanggang sa I accessed things in my head. I tried to access everything on my nasal cavity. Yan, matututunan nyo yan in vocal workshops. Yung mga nasopharyngeal techniques, all of those techniques. So I won't elaborate on that because again, we're all in the psychological of it. Yeah, the technicalities you will learn when you get a teacher. Yeah, the technicalities of it. You can go to the workshops, yeah, and you can have a certain knowledge on how that goes, no? Pero yun, my point is, talagang inupuan ko. I sat down in front of the piano and really tried to project my voice on that part. And then also, one of my weaknesses when I was still starting with the Madz was my pianissimos on top. Yung mga taas na yan, I was trained as a soloist. When I went to the Madz, I had to lessen the volume, no? Especially on the top notes. Yun, so paano yun? Paano gagawin? So I really worked hard for that to achieve it. Yeah. So yun lang. Know your weaknesses and learn to work around them. Yun, and really try to improve them. Sabi nga ni Bruce Lee, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. 10,000 kicks. But I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So, kapag merong weakness, go for it. Pasaggio. Maraming mga ganyan. Oh, have you heard of this term? The passaggios. Work it until the passaggio is not in your vocabulary anymore. Work it as until yung, anong pasadyo? Wala kang pasadyo, wala yun. Ibig sabihin, wala kang shift. Wala kang weak notes doon sa part na yun. Work it until there. Diba? You can only work on it if you really try to sing on it. No? So work on it, face your fears. Your fear is pasadyo, face it. Your fear is pianissimos on the top note, face it. Your fear is middle tones, transition from chest to voice, face that, and do it every day. Diba? One aspect lang yon. Pero 10,000 mong times mo ginawa. Matindi yun. Kasi you perfected it already. Ipa-perfect mo siya. So that way, okay na. Pagdating mo sa performance, pasadyo yan. Wala na, okay na yun. Pianisisa mo. Okay. Kaya ko na to. Diba? So those things, you have to face it. Really face it. But first is, you have to be aware of it. So be aware, and then face them. And then really practice. Alright. So, also, ang mahirap dito, very mental ang performance. Maraming tao, of course, because iba-ibang pananaw ng mga tao, there are people who's gonna tell you that classical music is boring. Diba? Have you experienced that? I have experienced that in my life. Classical music is boring. Opera is boring. I'd rather listen to rap, or I'd rather listen to ganyan, no? Learn to not to really listen to them. Yeah, yun lang siya talaga, and really focus on why you are singing this and why you have the love for choral music, no? Or for classical music. Why is there a love for that? And why have you acquired the taste for that? Diba? So, yun. Learn not to listen to those. And lastly, in preparing, get a teacher. Really get a teacher. Doesn't matter yung kung hindi actually yung school. Kapag kunyari, there's a singer here in the Philippines or anywhere, if you want to travel abroad and to really enhance or improve more on singing, it's not the school that is chosen. It's the teacher. So yung teacher yung hinahanap, and then the student goes there. So get a good teacher. So, I have a Bianca Lopez vocal coaching online. Baka gusto nyo, go lang. Segue. anyway, no, I'm telling you, get a good teacher. There's a lot of teachers out there who are willing to help you, who can accommodate a lot of students. So there's a lot of us. So pick the ones that you like or you love, and just really try that, because that's the best preparation you can have. Yeah, really focusing on the individual voice. Now, let's try to move on with after your preparation. Let's try to move on the practice rooms. What happens in the practice rooms? No, ano yung nangyayari dyan? Let me share with you one very interesting. Paano ba to? Ito. Ito ba yan? Ayan. Okay. Ay! Ito. Ayan. Ayan. Okay. So, as you can see in your screens, it's an iceberg. So you can only see the tip of the iceberg, right? I think a lot of you have seen this. The performance is just the tip of the iceberg, and the big chunk of it is actually your practice. It's so sad, no? You practice a lot, and then your performance is just 1 hour. Diba? It's so sad, pero ganun talaga eh. It's really like that. To constitute, what constitutes a really, really excellent performance is the practice that goes with it. So what happens in your practice rooms? I'm just really curious. So I'm gonna share with you some of the practices that we practice in the practice room. Well, redundant. I'm gonna share with you a lot of our practices in the Madrigal Singers, and also my practice in my solo engagement. So everything that happens in the practice room matters. It really matters. So you have to really pay respect talaga for the time of your choir mates. So be there on time. That's respect for their time. That's not really for you. It's for your fellow choir mates, for your choir mates, no, to be there on time, no. Even in the Madrigal Singers, nakakahiya whenever magsi-CR ka. So sometimes 2 hours, no CR. No CR talaga. Talagang stay there because also when you go to the CR, when you CR is for our Indonesian friend is comfort room. That's a rest room. Ayan, bathroom. I don't know kasi in Indonesia, they don't have CR. So restroom. Ayan. So when you come back, you don't know where you are anymore. It's crazy. It's so fast. So you don't know the instructions anymore. They passed it. Tapos na yung isang page or 2 pages of the piece. So ganun kabilis kaya you can't really go to the comfort room. So you're done. Medyo respect mo na rin for your conductor, no? Yeah. In the in the practice room also, the performance level is always there. Ganun siya. Do everything in your performance level always, no? Whatever it is that you do in the practice room, you will do in the performance. Yeah, so that's how you will train. You're training yourself to be in performance mode always. Always, always. We are trained in the Madz to sing anywhere, anytime, even in jet lag, even if you're puyat, you didn't get too much sleep from last night's concert, the next concert, meron na naman the next day, you can't say no. You have to be in performance level always. So that's why in the rehearsals pa lang, performance level na. But performance level doesn't mean loud singing. No, that does not correlate. Sometimes performance level is actually a time to be quiet. You need to quiet it down to be able to hear yourself. Sometimes Sir Mark, what he does is when the intonation is off. Sometimes there are off days, no, for the ears. Sometimes he quiet us down. Quiet niya. Okay, sing this softly, and then you can actually hear yourself. So that's a very, very good technique, I think, when you're singing with each other. Try to quiet it down. Hindi siya sobrang sing out, no? Quieting down brings strength to the ears. No, you can really hear yourself and each other more when you try to lessen the volume. Sometimes it's that. So performance level doesn't mean it's loud. No, it just means that your energy is there, and you will be doing that in the performance already. Para wala nang gulat factor. No, hindi na surprising. No, wala nang masu-surprise on the performance. Practice doesn't make perfect. Always. It just makes walang perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect performance. So wala perfect practice. Wala. Ganyan. Everything is just for the excellence of it. Excellent. Yeah, just always aim for excellence. In the performance or in the practice room also, it's always in the Madz, we're always naguunahan for memorization. Yeah. So memorization, it's a skill also. It's an it will require a lot. It's a skill. It will require a lot of work to be able to memorize. So there are ways to memorize pieces. So to be able to memorize pieces, all music has form. Yeah, all music has form. Isipin nyo na lang, it's a pop song. Kunyari, a pop song has parts, right? There's the first stanza, there's the refrain, and then there's the chorus, and then there's the second stanza, and then the chorus again. Tapos there's gonna be a bridge, and then the last chorus, and then coda sometimes, and then tapos. Diba? There is form in all music. You will always find form. Okay? So you can actually label your pieces. That's why there are labels in the pieces. No, yung section A, section B, section C. Yeah. So because it is for memorization purposes. So in memorizing, it's also nice if you can actually start with. If you start with always the chorus. Yung chorus is the one that always repeats. Yeah, when it always repeats, that is your chorus. You can label that, this is my A. Yan, you can label that A. Hindi parating umuulit. A na ulit. Okay, B na kasi iba na. Yan. So, it is the quality of practice, not the quantity. it's not the quantity. You can rehearse 2 times a week, but with a very good rehearsal technique, na you can do a lot of things, no? Rehearsal techniques, meaning when you rehearse, a very good tip that Sir Mark also instilled on us is, one, when you get a piece, go to the to the hardest part of it. Yung pinaka-challenging part, go to that and study that. I study it. You don't have to practice the piece from the beginning. You don't have to. From page 1, you don't have to. You just have to. This is important for conductors. If there are conductors in the audience, look at the whole piece before you even go to your choir members. Look at the whole piece and see what is the toughest line here. Ano yung pinakamahirap? It can be a musical phrase, no? Mahirap, kunyari. There's a lot of big intervals, no? Mahirap in terms of language. Baka may mahirap na i-pronounce, no? So, start there, and then look at the parts where it is repeating. Yun. Kapag may repeating parts, start there also. After the hard parts, sige, choir, let's focus on this phrase, because this phrase will only repeat. No? That means naka 2 pages ka na pala, hindi mo alam. Kasi nag-repeat lang. Diba? So, kapag nabasa mo na yan, okay, turn to this page, okay, nag-repeat lang pala. Okay, so, naka 2 pages ka na, or naka 3. Diba? Depende kung ilang repeats yun. So that's a way to maximize your rehearsal. No, it's not really every day. Naku, parang wag every day. Pwedeng 2 times a week, 3 times a week. It depends on the quality. So, conductors, you have to prepare. You have to prepare beforehand. Mas kayo yung nagpe-prepare than your choir. No? So, always come prepared for that. So, Madz, also, we're always unahang mag-sight read, because when you sight read a piece and you learn it ahead and you've memorized it, you're done. Okay ka na. You can move on. Diba? Ang sarap ng feeling when you accomplish a lot in such a short time. So try that. Again, sight reading na naman. So sight reading is very, very important. For us, the achievement in a day is to be able to not rehearse within the sectionals. That means when we go into the mixed position or stab or SATB position, that means we're ready. We're ready for the concert. That means we need to listen now to the other voices. So we can perform na. So that's our achievement. Achievement yan in a rehearsal. Kapag nandun na kami, okay, ready na. That means yun na yung cue ni Sir Mark na parang, okay, we can do this na. Okay na, magko-concert na tayo. Alright? So, doing sectionals, very important because it is for pitch. Of course, it is for pitch intonation. Also, it is for vowels. No? For all your vowels to be together, for all your vowels to be one. No? Kasi there's a lot of vowels and singing is about the vowels. We're always singing on the vowel. Always remember that. Very important. There's a lot of vowels in the world. You have to choose the right one, conductors, and then the section mates have to unite all of those vowels. All right? And of course, the hagod. Ayan, hagod meaning the nuances and everything. You practice that as a section, and then you practice it in the mixed position. Of course, practice also that it comes with the lifestyle also. Your lifestyle as a singer, you have to really take care of yourself and your voice. No? Kung alam mo na medyo sanay kang magpuyat and you know that it's not good for the voice, you know that, so try to change that lifestyle. Try to sleep early. If you know that you have acid reflux and it really affects the voice. Okay, speaking of acid reflux, a lot of singers have it. No, I have it. Acid reflux meaning sobrang dami ng acid sa stomach ko. When I sleep, it goes up on my throat and it destroys the throat. Okay, so that's very, very hard to medicate. So what you want is to sleep with 2 pillows, on your head so that medyo inclined para hindi bumunta dito yung acid. So hindi siya masisira, 'di ba? You want it to be very very healthy. And yeah, vocal health, everything about vocal health, sleeping early, hydrating, it's all part of the preparation, it's all part of your practice and your lifestyle as singers. So I think it's very very important to be aware of vocal health, no? Marami pa yan. And yeah, if you have questions later, I'll try to answer that. Okay, also, practice kasama dyan ng pagme-makeup. Ayan, ng mga babae. At mga lalaki na rin. Yeah, mga boys na rin. Nakikita ko sa mga choir, nagme-makeup na rin. Nakakaloka. So, just always remember, it's good to be visually pretty, visually pogi, no? And handsome. But always remember, music comes first. It doesn't matter how beautiful you look on stage, but it's more of really get that music in first, and then you go into your kilay. Okay, make sure that everything is on point and is practiced, and then you do your eyebrows and your falsies and get that in there in the costume, diba? But that is secondary. Okay, that is always secondary. Primary, music pa rin, okay? So that is part of your practice, all right? So I'm just gonna share with you a very, very nice parang knowledge from Ma'am OA. I think I know a lot of you have seen this, and I'm just gonna share it with you. Teka ha, hold on. Why is it not going? Okay, there you go. All right. Do you see it, guys? I don't care if you're a good singer or you're the best singer I have. You have to attend rehearsals because that's the only thing that will keep us together and allow us to make good music. As long as the discipline is there, nothing can go wrong. Ayan. Sabi ng ating national artist for music and the founder of the Madz, it doesn't matter if you're the best. You have to rehearse, no? It doesn't matter. You have to rehearse, no? Kahit gaano ka kagaling. Parehas lang tayo. Parehas lang tayo hindi alam yung pesa. Okay? So, always be there. It doesn't matter if you're the expert or the star or whatever. You have to go. Alright? So yes. All right. So let's go to the performance proper. So everything, just keep that in mind. Everything that I've said in regards to practice and preparation, because that is again the bulk of your performance success. Diba? You can't. Kaya ka nervous. The reason why you're nervous is because you have not prepared well. You know, you have not prepared yourself well. You have not prepared the choir well. You're not prepared as a conductor. No? That's where the nervousness comes in. But when you have, all of this will go away. But still, there are practices that can be done during performance. So let's go to the pre-performance preparation. So when we get to the venue, and of course, there will always be water. Yeah, you have to always bring your water. You have me, and I bring my water until I get to, before I go on stage, the wings of the theater. I have my water there always. Yeah, a very very good habit of Sir Mark is that and also he asked us also to always do this, even if you have mastered all of your pieces, no? You've memorized it, you've lahat na, you're very familiar with the pieces. He always still brings his whole program. All of his pieces are there in the concert venue. Why? Because there is that like humility in him that maybe there is still a part that we don't know. Maybe there is still a part that we make a mistake, no? And we need to really see that part, no? What if we forget? What if we forget, diba? You don't know. We don't know. So always bring your pieces until the concert day or until, diba? Always bring that so that you have something to look back on. No? So always bring your pieces. Kahit alam nyo na yan. No? O kahit na. So still bring that. On some concerts, there are first parts and there are second parts, right? Whenever you have these kinds of concerts that have intermission in the middle, yeah, when you go on stage, have that psyche or mentality that you're focused on the first part only. Yun lang muna, first part only, and then saka na yung second part because there's an intermission. Okay? So first part only, okay, memorize na. I know the sequence. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay na yan. Perform, and then when you get back in the backstage, second part naman, no? So para hindi marami. So you don't really need to look at everything, no? So isahin nyo, first part first, and then second part. Okay, para hindi kayo sobrang marattle, no? Ayaw natin yung marattle. Of course, before going on stage, we always pray. We always pray for Thanksgiving, for the talents. We always pray to our Father. And also, we pray for focus. Always focus for the performance. Yeah. If you don't have the time to pray, there's always your first song that can be your prayer. Yeah. When you are entering on stage, we're entering our stage. Ayan. Know first why you are performing. Why am I at this event? Bakit nga ba kami nandito? Is it for a charity event? Is it a mass? Is it a wedding? What is this? There's always that parang psyche mentality na parang, okay, I'm offering this to somebody. This is for the Lord. Okay, this is for somebody who's in need of help. Or this is a concert for our choir. This is an anniversary. So nandun ka na agad. Now what I do when I perform, in all my performances I do this, whenever I step on stage, I always think of my feet. Yeah, it's very, very weird, but I always think of my feet. I always think na, okay, I'm in heels, and then, or maybe flats. The stage, the material of the floor is wood, or the material of the floor is tile. Parati ko siyang iniisip, and I always think of myself walking and then getting into position. That's how I maintain stability, foundation, center. That's how I center myself. I establish foundation. Yeah, I'm saying all of these words because this is so important in performance. No? Maybe you can't get it the first time. No? The first time. Pero whenever I'm singing, I always try to do that. I am gonna sing and then think of my feet. I'm gonna sing a high note and then think of my feet again. So you can't really get all of the songs or really get focused on your singing if you're not solid on the ground. So kung napapansin nyo, sometimes in performances, lumilipad yung utak. No? Your brain just flies away and then just you can really focus. Think of your feet. It super helps. And mind you, a lot of I learned this in theater actually, not in the Madz. I learned this in theater, and a lot of musical theater artists, they do this. And it keeps them centered and on the ground. So singing actually is a humbling feeling. It's a down-to-earth feeling. Hindi siya actually pa-diva. Hindi ganun yung feeling. Hindi siya payabang. Hindi siya pa-out. Hindi siya outward emotion or skill. It's actually as a centered emotion. It's centering on you and your foundation, and you're solidifying yourself on the floor of the stage or the church or wherever you are. I think it's one of the most important things that I've learned. No? So yes. Also, in tune with that, the performance is the culmination of everything you've worked hard for. Diba? Lahat na practice mo, dun na yun. Dun na yun lahat. Yep. When you enter the stage, think of your feet. When you get to position, acknowledge everybody. You will acknowledge everybody who's there. Really smile and acknowledge them. Very, very important. It sets the mood of the performance. Diba? Also, it sets your mood. That you're thankful. Diba? So, singing requires a lot of mental work. Yes, yun na nga eh. When you're on performance, ano na yan, mentality na. It's how much you can contradict your mental, kasi the brain is very clever. It's very clever. It will tell you you can't do it. In performance, it will tell you you can't do this. No, you haven't practiced much. No, ganyan ang mentality. Now it is up to you to contradict that. No? When you're there, it's all about that constant parang i-oppose mo what the brain is telling you. Na? And I always tell myself na I always think of every performance as my last. No? Always think of your performance as your last. Maybe you can't perform and after this, no? So give it your all and really contradict that mentality of really you can't do this and say you can. Yeah, so really contradict that whenever you're there. And again, think of your feet. I will always tell you this because it's one of the best advices that I have, and I still do it in all of my productions, even in Noli Tangere. Even if it's a big stage, it doesn't matter. I think of my feet, I go down. Downward siya, down to earth. Ganyan. Parati tayong nasa earth lang, huwag tayong lilipad palangit. Ganyan, right? Keep yourself grounded at all times. Breath is so important also. Breath on stage, breathing on stage. Yeah, breathing is singing is an exhale. Yeah, I always tell myself this. Singing is an exhale. You're really exhaling sound. Yun siya. So proper breath is really important. I just want to share with you one very, very good breath for breath support. So everybody on the edge of your seats, think na of your feet. Yeah, at the edge of your seats, think of your feet. I'm now gonna call on Myla. Miss Myla, sige, can you unmute yourself? Let's try just one breathing exercise that you can do. Yeah, for relaxation also, Miss Myla. Yes, yeah.
Hi.
So, hi. So everybody can
Hello.
put your two hands on your belly. You can put your two hands on your belly, or you can put your two hands on your lower rib cage. Ayan, you're just gonna feel the expansion there. Huh? So this is breath for singing. Breath for singing if you're just getting into it, using the diaphragmatic breath, no? It's gonna get kind of uncomfortable, no? Because you're expanding things, not really taking it inward. Baliktad, okay? Our normal breath, pahigup yung tummy. It goes inward and the shoulders comes up like that, no? Everything is tensed here, no? In singing, relax that. If you can see yourself in your screens, relaxing the shoulders, everything goes down to the diaphragm and just really letting go of that tummy. So let's try to inhale, everybody. Big mouth, inhale through the mouth, big opening at the back, and just really feel that tummy, just let go of that tummy or on your rib cage, feel that expand. We're gonna inhale for 2 counts and exhale on 10 counts. On S.
Okay.
Exhaling on 10 counts. Ready, Miss Myla? Ready, everybody?
Okay.
Let's do this. Ready, and inhale 1, 2, and exhale on 2, 3, on S. Feel that deflation. Feel that belly coming in. 9, 10. Good job. Now, let's inhale very fast. Inhale on 1 second. Exhale on 15. Okay, let's try that. 1 second. A very, very quick breath. Feel that expansion. Yun lang yung gusto ko ma-feel nyo. Expansion of the rib cage and the belly. Mas madali yung rib cage actually. Madali siya, you're gonna feel it. Pero your belly, medyo it comes after. Yeah, but if you can, try to feel that. Ready? Inhaling on 1 count. Open lang ha. Open. Exhale on S up to 15 counts. Ready and inhale. 1 and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 counts ito. Really controlling the breath. The diaphragm is controlling your breath right now. The diaphragm does a lot of work. Really hanggang crush that abdominal muscles. And good job. Thank you, Miss Myla. So there you go. So whenever you're practicing or you have
Sorry.
a time.
You stopped.
All
Hello?
right. Thank you, Miss Myla.
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you. All right. So whenever you have time on your day, 1 to 2 minutes, it's gonna cure a lot of things. Breath cures a lot of things, and it's very good that the next part of this is, I think, breath for singers. I think so. That's very good. I apply it in my performances. I don't. It's always a mental thing. You're always thinking of breath when you're singing. Yeah, yun yun. Hindi lang yung notes, not just the language, not just the singing. You're actually thinking of breath. So try that along with thinking of your feet. You're mentally gonna be stable and gonna be centered in your performance. I'm telling you, just practice this one. All right. When you end songs, and sorry, of course, a song starts when you take a breath, actually. The song starts with that. Kung kunyari, you're gonna sing Ave Maria, Ave. So I actually started the song with my breath. Ave. I started it with that. I didn't start on I started with the breath. Now I'm losing time, so I'm just gonna go. All right. And end all your songs with a smile. Really end all your songs with a smile. When it ends, smile a bit, and then internalize the next. Yeah, internalize the next song. That's a very, very good way of, again, interacting with your audiences. The eyes are so important in performance. The eyes say a lot of things. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna tell you to really get your faces on the screens. Can you try that? Just get your faces on your screens. Sige, wala nang hiya-hidete. Kebs na kung may mga pimples tayo dyan. Kebs na. So let's try. Just try our eyes with our eyes. Can you just try a bit of a smiling face with the eyes? All right. Yes, smiles. Can I see your smiles there? Yes. Now let's try to have a very, very sad. Isipin nyo, medyo may hugot yung kanta na parang iniwan kayo, guys. So you can try that with your eyebrows. Yeah, you can try that with your eyebrows, actually. Yeah. Now let's try a very, very solid, tough song and a challenging pang competition song na very, very maybe a war song. Yeah, you can see it with your eyes and your eyebrows. Yeah, and if you look at yourself in the screen, you can try that. Always try this in front of a mirror. Now, can you just say parang in your eyes, can you just have a very romantic moment and just saying I love you through a song? I love you, guys. Yeah, so that's a simple exercise. You can try that at home in your mirrors. It's kind of funny, but actually, the more you explore your faces, the more that you know which muscles are moving in your performance. Na actually, your eyebrows are moving, no? Or your eyes are really twinkling like that. So it says a lot, and I think it's a very, very good interactions with your audience. It's through the eyes. And lastly, when you perform, it is all about the sincerity and truthfulness of the song. Yun lang. Wala kayong kailangan ibang isipin in terms of interpreting the song. It's actually just being sincere about it and really know what you are singing about and what you're telling the audience about. What story are you telling the audience? What is that story? No, so everything is translated well to the audience. Yeah, so sincerity and truthfulness in your performance. Now, sana may time pa tayo, but I want to have everybody actually sing. This is actually the first time I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna sing together. Yes, we're gonna sing together. Can everybody turn on their videos and not really mute muna tayo lahat, mute muna. So the instruction is, if you can see this screen, this is hold on. There you go. So this is Silence My Soul by Rabindranath Tagore. It's a very, very popular song. And the music is by Francisco Kiko Feliciano, of course, our national artist for music. So what we're gonna do is, number one, if you see that ostinato, that's gonna be the tenor and bass. It's gonna be at the tenor and bass. Can I have a tenor here, please? Hold on. What's your name? Hold on, tenor. Rack Roldan. Sige, Rack Roldan and a bass, Ross. Yeah, Rack and Ross. Yeah, I say Rack and Ross. Sige, unmute yourselves first.
Yep.
Yan. And then if you can see the screen, it's gonna be do and sol. So, Rack, can you sing? Silence my soul, silence my soul, silence my soul. Walang tempo. No tempo, just sing it. Can you try it? Silence my soul.
Silence my soul, silence my soul.
Good job. So tenors, repeat after him, yeah. So Rack, Ross, can you sing silence my soul, silence my soul? Ross? Silence my soul. Ross, nandiyan ka pa? Ross? Hello? Hello, Ross? Oh, wala si Ross. Sige, si Mbil na lang. MB pala. Si MB. Are you there, MB? Wala. Wala tayong B. Ayan, MB. Hi. Teka. Nag-unmute ka na ba? We can't hear you.
Yes po.
Ayan, good job.
Hello,
Can you sing this? Silence my soul on your bass.
My soul.
Very good. Very good. Yep. Silence my soul. So basses, do that.
My soul.
Yes, on your own terms. Yes, very good. Now, very good. Mute yourself, MB. Thank you. Now, can I ask Dita? Dita, sige, let's go. Dita, can you unmute yourself? Yeah, the sopranos and the altos will be doing this part. This is the main theme of the song. Very simple because we don't have to be in tempo. Yun naman, we don't have to be in tempo. So, are you ready? Silence my soul, these trees are prayers. Try it, Dita. Silence my soul, these trees are prayers. Very good. I am iniisip ko, maybe everybody's doing this. Okay, everybody do this, even if you're muted. I asked the tree. Try it, Dita. Ask the tree. Tell me about God. Tell me about God. Then it was song. Very good. Okay, now, before we all unmute ourselves, so mauuna ang basses and tenors. Silence my soul for the tenors. Basses. Silence my soul. Yes. And then I will cue you guys. Wala pa. Mute. Mute muna. So I will tell the sopranos and altos when you will enter. Yeah, I will tell you when you will enter. Let's establish that perfect fifth first, and then everybody comes in. And then look at me, look at my screen when we're about to go into the ending. Okay, just remember that. So again, for the sopranos and altos, silence my soul, these trees are prayers. I ask the tree, tell me about God. Then it blossoms. All right, so everybody, unmute yourselves. Now, tenors and basses, go for it. Silence, silence.
Silence my soul.
My soul, silence my
Soul,
soul.
silence my soul, silence my soul.
Silence my
Soul, silence my soul.
Sopranos, continue.
Silence my soul.
Silence my soul.
Silence my soul.
Tell me about
Silence my soul.
my
Silence
soul.
my soul.
Silence my soul.
Silence my soul.
Silence my soul.
Silence my soul.
me about
My soul, silence my
me
My
about
soul.
silence
silence
My
Silence my soul.
my
Silence
Thank
my
you, guys.
my
soul.
soul, silence my soul,
Silence my
my
soul.
soul, silence
All
Silence.
right. Thank you, everybody. Nakakanta tayo together. Pinush natin yon. Okay, very good job. So, what we notice is, of course, we can't hear each other. Of course, there are just people that we can hear, certain people, not everybody. But it's a good practice to listen to each other, actually. We're actually trying to listen as much as we can, even if it's through Zoom. So always have that listening practice. Okay, so you can do this with your choir. It's a very good listening practice for the perfect fifth for the tenors and basses, and for the ladies to really improvise on their tempos on the whole melody. So I hope you enjoyed that. So for my last topic, it's gonna be all the people that have come to your performance. The success of your performance is always meant. Can everybody mute, please? Can everybody mute, please? Thank you. Can everybody mute? Yes, thank you. Okay, meron pa? Okay. Kindly mute yourselves. Okay, meron pa ba? Ayan. Okay, thank you. All right, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, the success of your performance will always be is meant to be shared with your audiences. No? Lahat kahit na anong gawin nyo sa performance nyo, it will always be shared. Don't forget to go out there after your performance and meet them. Kahit gaano kayo kapagod, kahit gaano kayo gutom na kayo, hindi pa kayo nag-dinner, kahit gaano kahirap, no, kahit pagod, you have to meet your audiences because you will not be there on stage kung wala sila, no? If they're not there, no? Meet and acknowledge them. Lastly, make sure to progress. No? If you are the best in the room, again, you're in the wrong room. Right? If you're already the best there, you're in the wrong one. Now you have to grow and seek other opportunities, seek other ways to improve. No? There is always room for improvement. I know I've told you that you can think that this is the last performance, yeah, but still after that performance, think that the best is yet to come. No, the best is yet to come. You can perform in CCP, yes, that's an achievement, yes, but there's still more. After that, you can perform on the other stages of the world. No, meron pa, meron at meron. Pero yun lang, we can always think that the best performance are not the grand ones, no. I just want to share this one performance of the Madz when we were in, which is the best performance for me. My best performance, I think it's not in a grand theater. It's always those little provincial theaters that we see. In Argentina, we went 4 hours from Buenos Aires. This is a quaint little town, and it's parang mas marami pa kami. We were 20, and the audience is like 10. And the church is so small. And our first note, our first song is Sushi Pe. And on the very first time that we sang, everybody was in tears. And I think that is one of the best performances, because it's as if they have heard about, they haven't heard anything like this. And it's such a nice feeling to have blessed these people, even if they're just 10 in that little province in Argentina. I think that's one of the best. After having a successful performance, yes, you can give yourself a pat on the back, but also on my mind, I can still do better next time. No, there is still room for improvement, and the best is yet to come. And also, there's no perfect performance, only an excellent one. We always strive for excellence, not perfection, in our singing. And lastly, I would like to define success for me, no? Because we all have our share of definition. No? For me, it is doing everything that you rehearsed and you worked hard for, and just giving an excellent performance. You're just giving your all. And at the end of the day, is if you are still happy with whatever it is that you are doing, that is success for me. If you're still happy where you are, that is already success. So, I think yun na yun. I think that's my talk for today. And I would just like, is there gonna be questions? Are there gonna be questions? Oh yes. Okay. I'm gonna read a bit. Do you have any tips or advices to conductors na una napapraning, especially sa competitions, and the result, nagkakamali sa pagbigay ng pitch and pag-conduct, domino effect? Okay, yes. Kapag competitions, it's a mindset. Competitions are a mindset. Nagsisimula yan actually talaga sa conductor. If your conductor is relaxed before the competition, it will carry through. So conductors medyo nakasalalay sa inyo din, in a way, I'm sorry to say. But when we did PGP, Sir Mark was very relaxed, and he's just playing Mario Kart. He was playing Mario Kart in the Nintendo DS before the competition to make himself relax. So kuha kayo ng ganon. Kuha kayo ng something that would make you feel centered, no? Make you go down to earth. No? Always, we're going down to earth. We're grounding ourselves, diba? That's our topic, grounding, and you're finding your center and your foundation. Conductors, look for those things that can make you stay grounded. No? In that way, yun, actually yung thinking of your feet, when you walk on stage and you're about to give the pitch, think of your feet first. Am I on the ground? Am I solid? No? And my choir will be when they see me grounded also. No, stay grounded. Our voice must be in placement. What, like singing? I am really confused. How I must feel talking or conversing in placement. So, kapag placement, kapag naka-place ang voice, ganito yung tunog. No? Ganito. Naka-place ang voice. Actually, it's very healthy. Yun siya. It's very healthy, lalo na kapag may mga problems na sa throat. When I had my nodules, my therapist told me na, okay, use muna your upper ranges, no? Talk on this range, yeah, like that, no? And talk on a more relaxed range, no? Sometimes kasi bumababa siya, yung akin, bumababa yung akin, no? I tried to train myself to talk like this on top when I was still healing, yung nag-heal yung aking nodules, yan. It's good to actually go on a placement voice when you're talking, no? But it depends. It depends on the person. Sometimes the person doesn't need to. Yeah? Pero, yeah, try it. If it heals the voice, if it makes you less tired to sing, then do it. You can talk on a placed voice. No? Kung pag makaka-help naman yun sa iyong singing, why not? Diba? So, sige, what else? I think yun lang. Yun lang ba yun? Yun lang ang singing. Okay, yun na yata yung questions. How to engage people, especially those who never understand about choral music, since not all could understand due to the trends and waves like mainstream music. We usually hear in which nawawala ang serious support din sa choral music. Okay, all right. Very, very good question, Vel. That question is actually for the more contemporary audience. Diba? Our contemporary audience, the audience now is a modern audience. Everybody is tuning into rap, into hip-hop, EDM. Yung anak ni Manny Pacquiao, ang galing, nakarinig mo ba? But anyway, yung pop music, diba? Very, very tuning in yung mga tao dyan. So, what to do in that? No, that's why we recreate arrangements for choirs that suits our audiences. No? So, it's specifically for a type of audience. So parang kunyari, puro kabataan ang audience mo, all are young ones in your audience. You want them to really engage first and then try to incorporate na the serious ones. So get their attention first. It's hard to get the attention of youngsters in choral music. Depende na lang na if they have the love for it in their family. It starts with the family. It starts with the family. If your family is choral music oriented or classical music oriented, madali. But if not, no, try to get their attention first. Okay, I'm gonna sing ano ba to? Yung mga recent na mga songs ngayon, no? Get that on a choral arrangement. Get them first, and then pasukan mo ng Renaissance bigla. Ayan, na parang, oh, they can do a pop song, and then, yun pala yung totoong, yeah, and then, unti-unti, get to their knowledge, no? Parang, talagang, try to educate, we're trying to educate our young ones, and also those na are not inclined to classical music, we're educating them unti-unti, no? So try to get their attention first by doing something that they love, no? And then do your own music or your strict choral music or serious choral music. I have my Q&A until 8:30. Yay! Okay. Does listening to classical music also helps to improve the techniques and voice of singers? Like us sopranos. Because I used to listen to opera music and I'm still confused if it helps me or what. I think listening to opera, classical music, it is for your own paano ba to? Parang your own taste. Not really your technique. Kasi your technique is practical. You need to get a teacher for that or you need to go into workshops for that, right? Pero listening to classical music, it gets your taste parang in a way, you're trying to acquire that taste that classical music and elegance is. No? You get to have that elegant taste in music that actually it touches discipline. Yeah, it touches discipline and it touches confidence, the confidence of the singer when you're listening or watching these singers, the confidence, and actually to inspire you. These are things that can inspire you, watching, listening to classical music, no? And also to broaden your knowledge on the genre, because when you say classical music, it's a big spectrum, no? It's a spectrum of music. You can go from Baroque to really the classical one, romantic to medieval, no? To broaden your knowledge, no? So I think that's it when you want to listen, yeah. But I encourage it because it's actually also a challenge, no? Kapag nakakarinig ka ng mga opera singers, yeah? Or ibang choir, no? Na kumakanta ng wow, mapapawaw ka. It's really inspiring and it's for your taste. But in terms of technique, you can't really learn technique just by watching or just by listening. You can't really learn technique. You have to do it with somebody who knows well on techniques. Is it hard for you to switch fro? Period. Nakat. Is there a place in the choir world for people with natural husky, mahangin voices, despite po trying different techniques, especially for sacred music? Po! Okay, husky music is one characteristic of the voice, or breathy music, breathy singing is one characteristic of most people. No, may mga ganyan talaga. Number one way to eliminate breathy singing, no, is actually for the singer to not think that she's singing. Swear no, not think that she's singing. Kasi sometimes when you're singing, when you're on that space of I'm singing, parang papagandahin natin yung boses na parang, tapos wala na naman. Papagandahin masyado. Na? Wag muna. Na? Not really the beautiful sound. Let's not focus on that. Let's try to focus on clarity first. No? Having a clear and solid sound. So what you can do with that chorister, no? You can just sing, hey, hey there. Yan, yan. Hey there, hey there. Palabasin nyo yung talagang parang close to the talking voice. Para siyang nagko-call out. Hey there, hey there, hey there, hey. Para siyang nagsasalita. No? Pag i-close nyo yung singing energy niya dun sa talking energy niya muna. Para malayo muna yung singing element. No, wag muna 'yon. Wag muna yung pagpapaganda. Mamaya na yan. Una dapat clarity. 'Di ba? Dapat clear yung sound. Dapat solid yung sound. Clear na lumalabas sa bibig, you know? 'Yon. And also there are exercises like ga, ka, ga or ka. It focuses on the folds going together, no? Kaya breathy ang voice. It's because, ito kunyari ang ating chords, vocal cords or vocal folds, which is there, no? Sila yung nagva-vibrate for us to produce sound, no? So yung dalawang yan, kailangan magdikit. Kapag breathy ang voice, hindi siya nagdidikit. Yan, may air na lumalabas dyan. May air na lumalabas dyan. Yan, hindi sila masyado nagdidikit. So what we want is, pagdikitin sila, and then masanay siya doon. Kailangan masanay yung singer. So, nagdidikit na, nagpo-phonate, yun yung ibig sabihin, phonate, na creating sound. Nagpo-phonate yung kanyang vocal folds. So, what they want is ga, ka. It forces like the folds to come together para wala ng breath doon. Yan, para to eliminate. Yan. But of course, yeah, practice and practice. And also, hey there, yan, nakakatulong yan. Okay, how to establish foundation po, Miss Bianca, if may bigla problema. 5 minutes before the competition kasi syempre magiging confused. Ayan, marami ganyan. Oh no, hindi nag-work yung mic. Oh no, walang tunog yung keyboard. Oh no. Nako, ayan na. That is your mentality really fighting na parang wala na. Everything is in chaos. You can't do this performance anymore. Yan, yun yung mga isa sa mga yan. There's a lot of trouble na hindi magiging successful ang performance. No. Kapag hindi nag-work ang keyboard, tingnan bakit hindi. No? Tingnan, nakasaksak ba? No? Just really stay to the ground. Na parang, okay, wait, let's be practical. And lahat may solution. Everything has solution. Nawala yung mic, okay. It's about trying to tell the audiences na everything is fine. No, you have to relate what is happening, and that's okay. No, audiences can forgive you. Okay, if there are technical problems, hindi natin maiwasan yan. Audiences are not there to fight you. They're there to see you, and dun tayo kinakabahan. Maybe it's gonna take longer. Yung audiences baka bored na. Maybe they're bored na. Yun yan eh. Hindi yung problem itself. Sometimes it's the audience. So you can always tell the audience, okay, we're experiencing some technical difficulties, diba? That's why. And then everybody just breathe in and just recover. Recovery is so important, and it's also done in theater. There are a lot of times that I went on stage, hindi ko pa cue, pero I went on stage in CCP, hindi ko pa cue, Noli me Tangere. Punta ko doon, walang ilaw. Oh no. The stage manager, he helped me. He helped me, exit ako ulit. And then the stage manager told me, okay, recover from this. Yun. So, breathe in, breathe up, recover. Okay, pasok agad. No, pasok ulit. So, you need to recover. Yun, kapag may problems before. Recover agad. Breathe in, breathe out, center yourself, think of your feet. Yan. Is it hard for you to switch from pop music to classical music? What is your coping mechanism or strategy to really cope with this new music genre? Ayan. So, pop music, kasi I started pop music and then I had to learn classical music. So now I'm relearning pop music. Ganun siya. So I tried to learn my head voice to make it really strong for classical. And then now I'm trying to learn where to place my chest voice so that it's very healthy to place. So now it's not really hard for me because I experience both. I'm doing both. No? So try to do both your chest voice and your head voice. No? Kasi kaya siya. Kaya siyang mag-shift. Kaya ka mag-shift ng genre. When you are on the head voice, ito lang, isang magandang tip. When you're in a head voice, the head voice can do a forward and a backward motion. Yung forward, yun yung musical theater or pop. Na? Yung mga, hey, yeah, 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 baby. Yan, kung gusto mo mag-ganyan. Naka-head voice ako, pero nagpa-pop ako. Pwede siya. Ragabi. Pwede siya. Pwede kang mag-pop on your head voice, no? Now, that's my forward position, no? I'm using a lot of my forward here. When I want to shift to classical, I use my back one. Ragabi. I use my back, a lot of my back position. Oh, it's all in the back. Ayan, para nasa likod. Yan. Yun yung aking classical position, no? Back position. Now, when I want to go forward, yeah! Yan, kunyari gusto mo mag-pop diva, yeah! Yeah, pwede yan on a head tone. It's all about placing the voice well. No, I'm trying to place it on different parts of my face. So I access that. I tried that. Okay. So hindi naman masyado mahirap. Yung pagpe-place lang, kailangan I have to prepare. Yan. Magkaroon po ba ng second batch yung online voice lesson mo, Miss Bianca? Sana makasama po kami if may chance. Ayan! So yung online voice lessons na free, there's gonna be a free one sometime this year. So just tune into my page for that. Free your voice part 2. Yeah. Pero I am gonna be having voice lectures series also this September. It's gonna be in 4 parts naman, and it's gonna include diction, the McCloskey method, kung hindi niyo pa alam yung McCloskey method, musical theater, singing for musical theater, and overall singing in classical. So yun, 4 different sessions. If you wanna join, just tune into my page. Yeah, I'm gonna announce that tomorrow actually. Ayan, I am always nervous po whenever I perform po, even though I prepared well and I feel confident. Any advice po para mawala yan? Breathe in and out, Ella. Oo, and if you've prepared well, always remember, ayan si Ella, natatawa na siya. If you've prepared well, there's no reason to be nervous. Diba? Okay, confidence is gained when you have experience. Yan. So Ella, whenever you have chance to perform anywhere, in front of your family, in front of your friends, in front of your choir master, in your choir mates, go and grab it. Grab every opportunity because it adds to your experience so that your confidence level goes up and up and up. All right? It's all about experience. Getting it this far, 1 hour and 30 minutes, getting this far, and yes, teka ha. Walang kahapin. Bigyang tuldok ang ating ligaya. Walang ganay ang akin, pagkat walang katapusan, kitang ibigin. Choir na choir. Kahit na ilang tinig ay kaya kong tapakan, kung iyan ang paraan upang landas mo'y masundan. Kahit ilang ulit ako'y iyong saktan, hindi kita maaaring iwanan. Sana'y wala ng wakas. Kapag hapdi ay lumipas, ang mahalaga ngayon ay pag-asa. Dala ng pag-ibig, saksi mong daigdig. Kung di malimot ng tadhana, bigyang tuldok ang ating ligaya. Walang hanggan ay hahamakin, pagkat walang katapusan, kitang ibigin. Kahit ilang awit ay aking aawitin, hanggang ang himig ko'y maging himig mo na rin. Kahit ilang dagat ang dapat tawirin, higit pa riyan ang aking gagawin. Di lamang pag-ibig ko, di lamang ang buhay ko, ibinigay sa ngalan ng pag-ibig mo. Higit pa riyan, aking mahal, ang alay ko, ang alay ko. Thank you, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed today. And yes, good night and take care, everyone. Bye.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Bianca. Ano parang ninyo? Ano mga intros? I'm going to watch this again. That's super. Wow! Thank you so much. Sabi ko, kaya na baka lang nalamunan ni Bianca, no? Pagtapos ng salita, kumanta pa. Thank you so much for that very wonderful talk. Grabe. Thank you. Sobrang thank you. Okay, bago pa ako mag-thank you ng 1,000,000 beses, let's call our head, Sir AJ Consolacion, to give us announcement and closing remarks.
Hi, Bianca. So, thank you very much. No? Ang ganda-ganda ng talk natin. It's very productive and ang daming tips na pwede nating tandaan. No? So, it will really help us to become more better singers, choristers, and musicians. So, for now, announcement lang, no? Quick announcement lang. As you see, nagpo-progress yung ating mga topics from day 1 hanggang ngayon. And you see the pattern, the flow on which we are tackling every day. So remember, you can always go back to the topic if you miss something or meron kayong hindi naintindihan. Always go back, watch the video. No, it is always posted to the Facebook group. So you can always remind yourself. And then, I do hope na lahat tayo nakapag-submit na ng files sa ating virtual choir. No? alam nyo, napaka-importante nung on the dot tayo sa submission. If we said this day, para hindi tayo ma-delay, we have to be able to submit that. So I just, lahat naman tayo it's already 95%. We already have the files, no? But we wish to start the editing by tomorrow. So we are praying to receive your files soonest, no? Sana ngayong gabi. We still have 5% of those. Kaya section leaders and heads, kindly check, monitor them. All right? And then, as a community sa choir, and then, we are losing a lot of great people. Last week, Sir De La Armente passed away. Boy De La Armente is the conductor of the De La Salle University Chorale. And this afternoon, I heard that the Dean of St. Paul College, it's Sister Annunciata, she joined her creator. So she passed away around 12:45 this afternoon. So kindly include her in your prayers. No. And then also, check our website kung saan tayo nagtutulungan, so you can post all your goods and all your goodies, all those healthy foods na pwede nating i-share, no? Magandang nagtutulong-tulong tayo. It's so nakaka-bless na nakikita natin na nagtutulong-tulong tayo sa pandemya. So, again, thank you very much for joining us with that endeavor. So, for now, you can stay after this and have a picture with our speaker, Miss Bianca, and at the same time, you can chat for a while and kamustahan, no? So I want to pray for you this wonderful prayer by Saint Teresa of Avila. I always found this prayer, it helps me to feel my anxiety to lessen, and also to focus more on God, no? Sometimes kinakabahan tayo, it's because we don't know how to surrender, no? Ang pinaka-importante is we learn the word surrender by itself. Because if you surrender things, if you're so perfectionist, sabi nga ni Miss Bianca, and I really agree with that 101%, there's no perfect performance. Tao lang tayo So, walang perfectong tao, walang perfectong music. It's only in heaven. So, we have a perfect God. Why not we lean on Him? No? And then ask Him, kapag nagawa na natin yung best natin, wala na tayong magagawa. If we practice hard, that's it. That's the time for you to surrender. And I always pray this as an act of surrendering to God before performing. And we set this into music. It's in Spanish, Nada de Turbe. So you can check that in internet. It's a wonderful prayer. So now let's pray and put ourselves in the center of our Lord. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things pass. God does not change. Patience achieve everything. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
All right. Thank you, Sir AJ. And may I please remind everybody to stay there. Huwag mo na kayong aalis. We'll have a groupie shot. So since we are 84 here, so meron tayong 4 batch. Ayan. So ngiti-ngiti lang, ha? Ngiti-ngiti lang hanggang matapos. I'm going to count. Teacher talaga. Okay. So smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's number 1. Second. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Huwag mo pagod bumiti. Mas maganda sa boses yan. 1, 2, 3. And 1 last. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to our guest speaker. Thank you, Sir AJ. And
you.
again, if you want to stay longer for more fellowship and chikahan, you may do so.
Hi guys, good evening. Mahika po showing episode 41 to 45 in GMA Playground channel.
Ate Biancs. Advance happy birthday, Ate Bianca.
Hi, Ate Bianca.
Yes, happy
At
birthday.
kailan ang birthday?
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Sa 18 pa.
Happy
18
birthday.
Thank,
Nang tanda ko, Ate Bianca.
thank you so much.
Maria.
Guys, Labak muna. Bangga.
Guys, I have to go. Para ma-stop ko yung recording. Okay?
Maligayang araw, maligayang
Kayang natin sa isang